Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do the Tarva Ikea Apothecary Cabinet hack. So a lot of people have done this hack before, turning a dresser into an apothecary cabinet, but they always just cut one line in the drawer face. But apothecary cabinets typically have a number of tiny drawers, so I want to cut my drawer fronts into 8 individual drawers. To accomplish this, I'm going to use a table saw. I'm just lining up all the drawers so they are oriented the right way so my lines come out even. First, I'm going to make a cut, splitting the board in half down its length. All these cuts on the drawer fronts will only be about 1/3 of the way through. Here you will see the cut down the middle of the board, but we also want to make sure that we wrap the cut around the edges so as to complete the illusion of multiple drawers. To do this, I use a tall fence and run each board over the blade vertically. Now it's time to cut the dividing lines. I will cut the 2 outside lines first. Cut one side, then flip the board around to cut the other. And don't forget to do the wraparound cuts. Again, flip the board over each time to make cuts along the top and bottom of the drawer front. Now just repeat that process one more time for the central dividing cut. I hit each cut with a little sandpaper just to soften the edges. Now on to staining. What I found works best is to do the entire surface of the board and then come back and get it down in the grooves of the cuts. After the stain dried, I put a couple coats of clear coat on this to protect the finish. And of course we need to stain the rest of the pieces to the dresser too. Now it's time to start assembling the dresser. I'll be honest, the most difficult part of this project is assembling the dresser. Especially these drawer slides. I thought I had it figured out, but here you can see the uprights do not match up with the mounting hardware. And here's the problem, I put the slides in the wrong holes. But once I got that straightened out, everything went right in, and I could use these cam locks to lock everything down. Here the cabinet's upside down and I'm putting on the bottom. And it slides right into place with a little gentle persuasion. Let's really make these drawers look like 8 tiny drawers. I found where to center the drawer pulls on each one of the drawer fronts, and use these 2 squares set at that distance to make it repeatable. You could make a template to line up all of the drawer pulls, but I found it just as easy to do by using the squares. Now just repeat this 64 times. I'm using a center drill bit to drill these holes. Now it's time to assemble the drawers. Oh, by the way, I'll have a list of all the materials I used for this project down in the description. Let's see how those drawers turned out. Now we just have the bottom skirt to do. The skirt that comes with it is too thin, so let's make a thicker one. I used the existing pieces as a template to get the dimensions for the new stretchers. See, the stretchers have these little grooves in them. These allow for the legs to be mounted to the stretcher, so we'll need to recreate them. I make one pass on each of the stretchers and then bump the fence over a little because the groove is wider than the thickness of my blade. To mount these new stretchers to the bottom of the cabinet, I'm going to use a few pocket holes. Because everybody is on lockdown right now and nobody can come over to help me, I have to figure out how to move this thing by myself and not smash my finger in the process. I left the legs and spreaders off before moving it because I knew I had to move it by myself, so now I'll install those in the house. I would recommend pre-drilling these new boards so it's easier to screw on the brackets. Now that the spreaders are all screwed together, we can bolt on the legs and start to screw this down to the bottom of the cabinet. And let's see what it looks like all put together. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite IKEA hack is, or if you're going to give this one a try. It looks like Pickle approves of this new Apothecary Cabinet. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.